please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hey now, it's your girl ChonitaNicole, and welcome to Do Dream On if you're new. And if you're already a dreamer, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. I'm so excited. You guys have been waiting for this video, so let's go. Okay, so I am so excited for this tutorial. I am really going to try my hardest to make sure this is as user-friendly as possible because there is a lot of information. Okay, so this is CRICUT Design Space, as you see at the top here. Okay, this is our home page. These three lines over here, it basically lets you get into your account. Okay, so my name is Chonita. This is my profile. This is home. This is what we call a canvas. This is if you're new and you have your new product set up. This is if you need calibration, and then the list goes on and on. Here are the settings. I will click there. So you will set this up by whatever language that you speak. You'll set that up. If you want, it's your canvas. If you look in the background that's grayed out, you'll see this change. You see that? If you want a full grid, a partial grid, or no grid, which is a complete white background, or you can change the color down here. I'll show you that later, okay? If you want the units in imperial or metric, and if you want to save in the cloud and the computer or only the cloud. You use this like if you use different devices. For example, my iPad. If I save something here, I can work on it on my iPad. I won't be going over that today. I'm just doing desktop and laptop. However, you can do this on your iPad, and I've done it before. Okay, so this is just the settings. We're actually going to go ahead and go back to the home space, and I'm going to just quickly show you a few things. Okay, so once again, this is the home space. It says welcome Chonita. This here is one of the headers. It shows you the projects that you have. I'll click that later. It shows you what machine that you use. I personally have the CRICUT Maker, and then if you want to just jump into a new project, you can do that here, or you can do it down here. As well as you can see all of your previous projects. You could go to view all and see all of the projects that you've done. Okay. If you scroll down, you can look at the top video playlist. This is viewed on YouTube. This is something amazing and fairly new that CRICUT has. They basically are showing you a tour of the design space, learning what kerning is. That's something new. You see that new features, welcoming you, and they have a ton of other videos, applying transfer tape, and then you can view all of them. They have a ton of videos for you if you're new. Then down below is showing what's new with the CRICUT mug press, as well as a ton and a plethora of other things. One thing that CRICUT does is they want to make sure that you are ready. And then up top, I didn't show you this here. This carousel is basically showing you it's July, so Christmas in July, they're giving you savings and discounts. And this carousel just shows a ton of information that CRICUT wants you to see as soon as you sign on. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with new project. We could do it either here or we could do it up top. We're just going to do it here. Okay, so now we're inside of, as you see, the top header now has said canvas. The name of the project is untitled because we have not saved it yet. You can go once again, like I said, to all of your projects, and you can see what all of my previous projects were. I have 225 projects currently. I have certain bookmarks, logos. I have collections here, and there are bookmarks, logos. Those are my only two collections right now. I can search my previous projects. You can search them by name, categories, etc. So let's go back to the canvas, okay? So once again, we're inside of the canvas. Now there are going to be a few things that I'm going to go over inside of this canvas, okay? One of the things that I'm going to go over, this is the header. I've went over that. We're going to go over, this is called the design panel. Well, that's what I'm going to call it. We are going to go over the edit bar, the layers panel. We see layers here. And then we're going to go over this right here is considered the actual canvas, okay? So we start off with our design panel, our edit bar, our header, our layers, and our canvas in no particular order, all right? So the first thing I'm going to show you is the new project. We already clicked that. So now we're new. We're starting from a blank canvas, and this is how we get started. If you click below, as I click down the design panel, some of the editing bar tools will change depending on what, if we want to call this a button, what button that we click over here. So the first thing we're going to do is click on templates. So this is really cool because let's say that you're a new beginner and you don't know where to start. These templates can give you a good idea of where to start. One of the most common things people use this for are shirts. So we're going to just use this for a shirt. You can use it for whatever you want, but just for training purposes, that's what I used to say when I used to train. We're going to act like we're going to use it for a shirt, okay? So this is for a classic polo shirt. We can go back and pick a different one. Let's just do a regular shirt, okay? So we're going to do a scoop neck t-shirt, okay? So basically what this template does is it allows you to create something, and then it gives you a canvas so you can see where it will be placed on the shirt. Now here's the thing with this. The template does not print out. So the template is only there for visual purposes. So for example, if I just want to do a shirt with a large heart on there, I can put the heart, and then I can measure how large I want the heart to be on the shirt. Just for visual purposes, I can see where it is there. So that's just what it's for. You could do the same thing for text, okay? And it shows the front as well as the back of the shirt. All right, so that's just an example there. To delete it, you can click this X, or you can go into the layers panel and click delete. So that's just showing you what the templates are actually for. We can do all types of templates. Okay, now we're going to go down to projects. So projects are all categories. What happens is they have preloaded projects that you can actually take a look at. So let's say you don't feel like you're that creative, right? And you want to see what projects CRICUT already has. They have tons of projects that other people have created that you can borrow so you don't have to start from scratch. You may say, oh my goodness, tacos. I love tacos. This is such a great project. I have no idea where I would start. So this says, talk about a great dad card. It's saying the level is easy. It'll take 30 minutes to 1 hour. You can see how many people liked it, how many people saved it. It shows exactly the description, the finished size of the project, the materials that you'll use, everything else. You can even print it out. It shows you what you would need to prep, what you would need to cut, how you would assemble, and more help. Images, fonts used in this project. It shows you all of this. This is absolutely amazing. And then it shows you related projects at the bottom. You can customize it personally for yourself, or you can make it. So we're going to just click customize. Yes, let's go ahead and replace the last project really quickly. And we're going to see how it loads. It's kind of large. It looks like a lot of different things, so it may take a second. But this is totally cool for you if you don't know where to start or what to do. Okay, so it shows you here things in our layers panel, what are grouped, all types of things. It's really, really cool. And once you click on something, it highlights it for you. And give the computer a second to just load everything. It's taking a second. But you see all of these layers. It's tons of layers to this project. Like I said, it's kind of a big project, but it's really, really cool. And if you don't know what to do, where to start. It has all types of things for you. These lines right here are called scoring lines. So you'll be the machine will score it for you, which is to make those little perforations, and then you can fold them. So that's just a really cute example of how the projects can already be done for you. Okay, we're going to go back to projects. You can search the different categories. Christmas in July is really cool right now, so you can search that. You see this CRICUT Access here, this A. This A means that you're in a paid program with CRICUT. I do pay that monthly fee. There is a fee for it that you will pay monthly. You can look to see what the current price is. I don't want to say the wrong price. Currently is $9.99 per month here, but you can break it down to categories, and then you can search projects that you would like to do or that you're interested in. And they do not have to be as complex as that taco, but this would be the outside of how the taco will look. That could be something really, really simple. Okay, so you just see what works for you. Oh my goodness, these cameras are so cute. Oh, I may have to do that. Oh, anywho, okay, so those are the projects in our design panel. Now, if you want to upload images inside of the Design Space canvas, you can do that. You see it's over 150,000 CRICUT images. You can browse all images. You can go by highlighted categories, occasions, themes, what's trending, people and places, shapes. It gives you so many different options that you can do. Right now it's like the end of graduation, so I'll just go into achievements really quick. Then it has subcategories here. It shows you if you want to search in the filters. It shows you all types of things. You see project types, operation type, if you want to cut things, draw things, print, then cut, cut and draw, layers, if you want single layers or multiple layers, and related tags. So this is really, really cool here. You can actually click. So let's say if you want to make multiple things, you see once I click there down here highlighted, because you may forget what you clicked on. Everything that you click on to insert into the image, unless you click that X, it'll go inside of there. So it's really, really cool. And then if you press insert images, it'll go inside the project. Now remember, we have that taco card, so we're going to delete that. Let's change the name. So we don't want to keep the name. Let's save it as we'll save it as practice. That's what we're going to save it as. We could have saved it to a collection, but we're just going to save it as practice. So now it says your project practice has been saved successfully. So that's how you save it inside of Design Space. So as I was saying, we have it at You're the Best, okay? I'm going to hide these just so we won't get confused. What I did was I covered up the I, all right? So now, You Are the Best has been selected. Once it's selected, then our edit bar appears. When it's not selected, it's grayed out, all right? So now this is selected. We see this is 4 inches by 5.25 inches here. If we press this, it will take us back. It's undo. The operation, this here shows you if you're cutting things, if it's wavy, perforated, if you're drawing things, pen, foil, if you're scoring, debossing, engraving, print, then cut. I have a CRICUT maker, so some of these options may not be available if you do not have a CRICUT maker, okay? So under here, it shows you you can change the colors. So let's say you want to change it to purple, but you want an advanced because you want it to be a deep purple. This Hicks code here, you can search online and Google to find certain colors that you're looking for. So this is purple. If you want to deselect something, you will select here. If you want to edit, you can cut or you can copy whatever it is that what you're working with. Now it's copied. Now you can paste it. So now it's 2. Offset, this is a tool that I can talk about later. I want it to be as simple as possible, But if you see that, I've created that offset on there. We're going to talk about that at a different time. If you want to arrange, you can send things in front and behind each other. You can also do that with the layering here. You see how I dragged and dropped that? This layer is in the front, but if I move it, I could push it to the back. Okay? So that's something that that'll be in a different lesson. You can flip the images horizontally or vertically. Okay? Then you can undo that. You can also change the size. So it's multiple ways you can change the size. You can press the arrow. You can type the number in. Or you can unlock this and change it. You see that changes everything. If it's locked, you can drag it and all the dimensions stay the same. But if you unlock it, you can change you can change it completely. If it's locked, you cannot do that. Okay? I'm going to delete that one. Then you can rotate. So you can rotate it by using this arrow, typing in the number, or simply doing this. So it's all up to you. And it gives you more, which is the position on the X and Y axis. Okay? So that's one way we would do the edit bar. Okay, we're going to delete this. Then if you see for the trophy is different layers. So different layers mean, you see this one is a layer, this is a layer, this is a layer. So layers mean you can change the colors of layers. You would need multiple different sheets of vinyl for the layers, whether it's HTV vinyl, which you're making a shirt with, or permanent vinyl, you're putting this on a mug or a cup. So this means how many colors you will want your images to be. We could talk about layering a different time, but just want you to know you can change the layers, and when you go to make it, the different layers will be on different mats. So if you haven't watched my Cricut for Beginners video, you can watch that. I tell you what the mats stand for. So what happens here is, dependent on the mat size, which 12 by 12 is standard, you would have different colors of vinyl. So for this example, we're going to put it on a mug. So we would need a white permanent vinyl, a gold, a yellow, and a purple. So you would need 4 different colors and 4 different mats, or you could just use the same mat more than once. But this will all print out separately, and then we would layer the image. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that would look like just on here. The layer will be here. You can move it around on the canvas for the paper on the mat. You can move the object. Let's say you want to make this yellow instead. You can move the object to a different mat. So you would click, we're going to make it yellow. So I click that and then I put confirm. And now both of these are on the yellow mat. And both of them will be cut out with the yellow vinyl. Okay? We can move things back to the white mat it went. And now it's back the white color. So you can see how many project copies you need. Let's say if you need 2, you have to press apply. It says if you change your project copies, this will undo move things. Do you want to do it? So yes. So now it's 2 of every image that's on here. It's going to print out 2, and then you can move around them as you please. Okay. This is a basic cut. If it was drawing, it would say draw. If it was engraving, it would say engrave. The material size, this means the mat size, is a 12 by 12. If I wanted it to be a 12 by 24, I would click it there, and then now you see it there. Okay? I hope you guys are following me. For when you do HTV as well as sublimation, you mirror the images. So if you need something mirrored, you make sure you click this. Is extremely important depending on what you're doing, if you need it mirrored or not, to make sure that it's mirrored. For this permanent vinyl, I do not have to mirror it, so I will not click the mirror. Okay. Once I click continue, it shows you to connect to a machine. Now that it's connected to the maker, you can set your base material. Like I said, I'm actually going to be using premium vinyl for this example. It shows the different things here, but let's say if there's a specific type of vinyl I want to use, you can browse all materials. It has tons and tons of categories and everything. Let's go to vinyl. And now you can get 33 results of different types of vinyl. All right, so you can pick whichever one you want. And then these stars here shows this is something I use often, so I favorite it. So you can do that. Let's just say it's gonna be premium vinyl. Where's the premium vinyl? This premium vinyl. I select that. That's one of the favorites already. You select your pressure. You can do default, more or less. I typically use either default or more if it's something that's not cutting. Then it tells you to load your tools, and then you can press and go. I am not doing this today, but that's just how it will be. I'm canceling. It says cancel the cut. I'm canceling again. Okay. So this is how you would layer images. It shows you layering different images. All right. So that is how you would use images that are already inside of CRICUT with layers. Show you some examples. All right. You could also, of course, anytime use Etsy. You can create your own projects in here, whatever you want. I was just showing you some things that CRICUT has. Now, I'm sorry, some images that CRICUT has. Okay, that's what I was on. So now we're going to go to text. Text is really cool here. And you see the edit bar, it added something extra. If you looked at the images, this wasn't here. So we have now font, style, font size, letter space, line space, alignment, curve, and advanced. All right. So we're going to click on text again. You see this dialog box popped up there. We're going to put do dream on. Okay, that's going to be the word in there. It is by default on CRICUT Sans, but if you were to click fonts, it shows you all the fonts that are in here. It specifically shows you system fonts that you've uploaded that is in your computer. It shows you CRICUT fonts. You can also search fonts, and then this is only current fonts. This is for our cursive fonts. This is something pretty new. And it says displays only fonts with optimal spacing between each letter. This is amazing. So if you know what kerning is, it's amazing. I may talk about that at a later date because I'm just trying to keep it really basic. And then you could use filters. My fonts, multi-layer, single, writing, downloaded. This is a single layer cutting. For this example, we're going to go to all of the fonts, and we're just going to use this ACOL. All right. And now it changed the font, and you can change the size by doing that arrow. You can change the size by going up here. You can change the size by unlocking it either here or here and then playing around with it. Okay? So that's how you can change the size of the font. You can change the style if it allows. Some fonts do not let it be italicized or bold. This one is only regular. Another way you can change the font size specifically. So the font size and the size of the entire image is different. So I want you to be aware of that. Although the font size and the size of the image changes interchangeably, they are two different things. The letter spacing, if you want the letters to be closer to each other, they can be closer to each other or further apart. Okay, you can ungroup the letters if you want and play around with it. This comes in effect a lot when it's cursive. So I'm going to undo this and I'm going to show you what I mean. For cursive fonts, this happens a lot. So let's say I'm going to use About Love, okay? So this font is already touching because the kerning is on. So, but if you wanted to ungroup it and have that N touch that O, you could do that, okay? So that's how you will ungroup them. To group it back, you can just select all of them and group. But if you see this right here, you want to make sure that you see how that near that O and N, it's a line that will cut. It will not cut together. It will cut it separately. So it'll cut that O and then the N. So if you wanted to cut, and right here too, if you wanted to cut one smooth cohesive piece, you would weld them. Watch those lines. What happens to them? I press weld and watch those lines disappear. You see that line disappeared there? Lines disappear. You see that line disappeared there? And it's now all connected. So what you want to do, I'm going to undo because this isn't close enough. We're going to keep undoing. You can only go back so far. Once it's welded, you can only go back so far. All right. Ungroup it. See that? Then I'm going to just show you this do together. I highlighted them both. Then I welded it. Now you see how that disappeared? I highlighted them both. Then I welded it. Now you see how that disappeared? So you want to be very careful when you are separating and doing things. If you want things to be one smooth cut, you want to make sure they're welded. I can go over slice, weld, attach, flatten, and contour in another video, but this is just the basics. Okay? So this is now welded. When I go to make it, it'll all be one cohesive unit. All right, we're going to cancel that. So that is an example of the font. You could change the font colors, even though whatever color you use here can be different from the vinyl that you're actually using. So the colors almost don't matter. You can use, this is on the full grid. You can use the full grid, or if you click this box right here, it takes it away. It does a partial grid, full grid, or takes it completely away. You can also have the canvas in the back to be a different color. So it all just depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay? So that's your choice and your preference. But that is how you can do the fonts. You can also flip the fonts. I showed you this with the images. We're going to delete this, and then we're going to type another font to show you a few other things. All right, I'm going to change the font. You double click again to bring the font up if you make a mistake. I'm double clicking it. If I want it layered, I can do them layered. And you see how huge that space is? You could go to line space and make it larger or make it smaller. So that's line space. Or you can do negative, we're going to do -10. -20. Now that's too close. And then we press that to separate it, the line space. So this gives you creative freedom to do things however you want. Also, if you want to align it left, center, or right, you can do it that way, and you can use that to align it. Okay? I'm going to delete that, and we're going to type it again. And now we're going to do a curve. So let's say you want your words curved. You can curve them down. You can curve them up. Once again, it's all your preference. And you can do letter space closer. You play around with it. The thing about this is play around with it and see what works for you. Okay, in advance, we're not going to do that. That's another way to ungroup letters, lines, layers, etc. So it's all up to you. But that's some of the simple things you can do for font. You can do layers. So now these fonts are layered. And here you see the layer. This is on top. This is on bottom. So this is in the front because it's on top. If I moved it, it will go to the back. See that? So when you're layering things, that is very helpful to know. You can play around with the layers here, or you can right click, send backwards, send back, all those things. That way you could even attach and different things that way as well. Okay, so you can do it this way, up that over this way, or even up here, which is arrange, send to back. So send to back, right click, or layers. Okay, so that's all I'm going to get into for font right now because I don't want this to be too much. I hope this is really helpful. Oh, actually, I'm lying. I'm going to do, we did ungrouping. Now you can duplicate words, simple that way, or you can delete. You can hide your words or layers this way, or you can click on it, delete, or duplicate this way as well. Okay, it's multiple ways to skin that good cat. So those are just a couple things that you can do in regards to the fonts. If you want to attach them all together, because these are two separate fonts, if we drag and drop, we can group it. But grouping is literally just for design purposes. If I grouped it on here, they're separate here. They're not
and
really
cut
grouped
out this way.
But if I were to attach it, it's going to be attached. See that? Now it's actually attached. So to make sure things stay attached, depending on different ways, you want to either attach it or you want to weld them together. Now you want to be careful with the welding, but that's, like I said, that's in a more advanced class, in a more advanced tutorial. So keeping it simple, attach it so it can be attached with each other. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to go down to shapes. This is really cool. These are a couple shapes that they provide us with. And here you can change the color. You can edit. You can provide offsets, flip them, change their size, rotate,
I'm going to duplicate it,
etc. with the different shapes that are included. One thing I will show you really quick, duplicate it. And then I'm going to make this a smaller heart. I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but that slice, I'm sorry, not slice. I'm going to make this one purple. And what I'm going to do is, you can only slice with 2 images or 2 items. So I'm going to drag and drop. I'm going to press slice. And then look what happened here. It sliced this heart out. Okay? So you can do words like this, other images, etc. Now this is it's a hole in the middle of the heart. And if we were to make it, it can be a puzzle, etc. But that's
oh wait, there's one other
does.
thing
So
I
that
want to
can be
show you
used for
really
tons and tons
quickly.
of different things. All right. So that is our shapes. And then I also want to show you this down below.
This is for zooming in and out of our canvas, making it larger and smaller.
See that? So it gets larger and it can get smaller. There we go. See? So I do want to show you that it can get larger or smaller, and that's really, really helpful. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and show on the design panel how to upload an image. So you can upload an image, you can upload a pattern. Today we're strictly going to upload some images, okay? I'm going to upload a PNG as well as an SVG. So first we're going to do the SVG so I can show you how this works. So the SVG is automatically coming up as a cut image. You do want to name your image. It already says Libra Queen. You can do tags. So I'm going to do Libra. So when I search for it, I'll know if I say Libra anything, it'll be one of the things that come up. Okay. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to insert it inside of the image. So this is what the SVG does. An SVG file, you see how it's all of these layers? It shows all of the different layers of the SVG. So that's what the SVG file is. Now I'm going to show you what a PNG looks like of the same image. I'm going to browse. This is on my desktop, and I'm going to, it gives us the option to upload it and select the image as simple, moderately complex, or complex. I typically use complex. It lets us resize the image here so we can see the full image. And then we could even, if it had a background, we can delete the background. We can erase certain portions of the image. You see that? If we wanted to, we can change the size of the eraser, right? And we could do a preview of what it would look like. But that's not what we want. So we're going to undo it so it can be one cohesive image. We're going to go to continue. And then you see as a cut image, we don't want that. It's going to be a print then cut. That's what it's allowing us to do for this particular image. Okay, we're going to insert that inside. And you're going to see this is just one image because it's the PNG. And then the SVG is the multiple layers of that same image. So that is what the difference is. And with the SVG, we can change the specific colors. We can do all types of stuff. I was being silly. So we can do all types of stuff with the actual SVG.
When we would cut this image, we would have different color vinyls on the different mats for each one of those layers. They will all link up to whatever colors we would use for the different colors vinyl. So all the red would be with the reds, all the purple would be with the purple, all the black would be with the black on different mats. I hope that makes sense.
We did this, we have to print this out and then cut it with the machine. So this is as complex as I'm going to get for just the beginning of it. I hope this helps somebody. It's a ton of things that I can go over in regards to welding, flattening, contouring, all of those things, but I'm going to save that for a different video. But I really hope this helped. Please let me know if this helped you at all. I truly hope that that was helpful. It was a lot of information. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please holler at your girl. I know it was a lot, but I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible, but still explaining things. I hope that that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If you have any more questions or if you want more videos like this, let me know that as well. I hope that made sense, but thank you so much for your time, dreamers. If you have not already, please go ahead and join our Facebook group, Queen Dreamers. We love it over there. If you have any questions, like I said, just make sure you let me know. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Both handles are Do Dream On. We're trying to go ahead and get some following over there. I'm gonna be doing some giveaways and different things, and you have to be following me on those sites to get them. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. But I love y'all. Did y'all know that?
Thank you for your time.
I love you.
Like,
Thank you so much for
share,
your time. And y'all be safe
subscribe.
out there. You hear?
Bye.
Bye.